Welcome back in. Your favorite duo is here in the MEAC Digital Network studio. This is MEAC Countdown to Kickoff presented by Coca-Cola.
What is up, Harris? When it comes to being in person, it's all about that stage, the energy, the cameras, and the lights. And that's one thing Doug from Lakers Gaming told me, was that he's excited to be back on that stage.
I think the Eagles have enough. I do. And I like my picks this week. You know, I am 7-0. So.
Wow. Big flex.
Yeah,
Rich flex right there. Always listen to Jasmine, apparently, guys.
I caught up with Pacers head coach Ye, and one thing he said is, like, it's crazy that it's single elimination. You talk about how they were just on the stage, and he said, yeah, you know, we got to take it one game at a time.
And it was a banner day for Norfolk State as the Spartans, get your brooms ready, swept the men's and women's team titles.
Jasmine, what you got for us?
I have smelling salt for you. I have the smelling salt. And I asked him, I'm like, hey, you know, is it working? And he kind of laughed and was like, yeah, it is. I got the atomic rhino. The atomic rhino. I'm actually going to smell it. I'm going to smell it.
Oh, God bless. No. You already feeling where?
Oh, yes, it did. It's the perfect script, right? I mean, we've got a three-way tie for first place. Mitch, Howard shook things up last weekend, and we've got to sort things out. Oh, my goodness.
I caught up with Rylan from Team APAC. This is his second time in the U.S., so it's really cool that he gets to be here for the NBA 2K League. But he told me they had some jet lag, and they actually had to practice a lot more than normal just being here and coming overseas.
I am going with South Carolina State, and I say that just because Buddy Pugh, in his last year here, his guys, they're just disciplined. They've been getting the job done. And for him, I think it's the expectations he sets for them. They tend to live up to that. And I want to say I chose them. I don't know which week it was, but you went against South Carolina State and they came in clutch for me.
They did.
So I am going with the Bulldogs.
All right.
Go down to Jasmine McKoy. She's got the Jazz with her after the double.
All right, first rec for you. You know, you're so good at 3v3. Your name was in early Rookie of the Year conversations. What do you credit your success to?
We're now going to bring in analyst Emery Hunt. And Emery, the MEAC is filled with plenty of talent and a couple pro prospects to watch.
Obviously, you guys recognize this face. I got Crown right here. And obviously, Crown, you have clearly chosen a side. I saw you get up from over there. Why did you pick this side, even though some people might already know?
My brother's playing right there, and obviously, you know, blood is more important.
I have the winner, Kelly, 26 points. So this is where you want to be. You said just make it to Saturday. You made it to Saturday. Now you will be playing in this final game. Is this a turning point for Dukes and Finitos? But I want to talk about your performance. 22 points in the first game, and then you just led your team all the way. Kind of what worked well for you?
I don't know, just the lockdown I was playing against wasn't really bumping me on stuff, so it was kind of easy.
And a quick turnaround for you guys. What is the priority for Jazz Gaming? And I caught up with Rigby before the game. Outstanding performance yesterday. And he is a player that played in that 2021 Season 4 championship game. And he took me way back. He said first game, 33 points, 9 assists. I was hot. I was running the offense. But he did tell me in that game, they went straight from one win right to the championship. Today, he said they had to sleep on it.
With me now is Jasmine McKoy. And Jasmine, this Fayetteville State team that we're covering right now, it hasn't always looked pretty this season, but they're back in the championship game.
That's right, James. The Broncos are typically not a team that statistically stands out on paper, but they sure know how to get the job done. 2 weeks ago, you had that 60-yard touchdown in the final minute. Then last week, you have that overtime win against Winston-Salem State University, and I spoke to Coach Hayes about his special team that already has some history with Virginia Union. Undefeated conference season, one more game to go. How has your team prepared for this moment?
I think we've been preparing for this moment pretty much ever since I've taken the job. When I took it, I said we wanted to consistently compete for championships. And with this being number 6 in a row for us, as far as competing for it, it is what it is on that aspect. We're more than prepared for it. We've been fighting all year. We're a resilient bunch. This team is not last year's team. Last year's team ended up being champions. We had a whole lot of turnover. We had turnover in our staff. So for this team to be able to accomplish what they've accomplished this year, it makes me extremely proud.
Now, last outing with Virginia Union, it wasn't dry weather.
Well, it's kind of funny because the day of that game, I told the players nothing that we practiced was going to work that day. So let's just go out here and have fun. And the ball was going to bounce all kind of ways. We went out there and just enjoyed the weather and had fun. And at the end of it, we won. So that's definitely not our game plan this time around. We want to have a little more structure. We want to be able to throw the ball a little bit more. We anticipate decent weather.
Coach Alvin Parker, you guys have history. What does that relationship mean to you?
Coach Parker and I first competed against each other in 2011 in the CIAA championship. We did it again in 2012. We were both assistant coaches at the time. And then when he was at St. Aug, we came out here and we had a thrilling game, a 31-28 game. So all of our games over the past 3 or 4 times have been three-point games one way or the other.
Who has been your X factor, offensively and defensively?
Offensively, Joe has been the one quarterback that we've had that's been able to carry us from first quarter through the fourth quarter. I think he's done that 3 or 4 times. Special teams-wise, I would say Josiah Boyd, our punter. He has gotten us out of numerous negative situations on the field and flipped the field with his punts. And then our D-line on the defensive side is always an X factor.
Well, Jasmine, we're only 15 minutes away from game time. Fayetteville State looking to go back-to-back as champions in the CIAA. Do you think the Broncos will make it happen?
I have to say Virginia Union is going to get the job done. This is a team that has doubled the amount of touchdowns Fayetteville State has scored this season. And although weather did play a factor in the last matchup, I think they get the job done. Final score 24-17.
Well, that does it. Jasmine has her number.